Thank you. If you ever want to know what your representative looks like on painkiller, I'm here. Anyway, yeah, I just got out of the hospital yesterday afternoon, so don't ask me any tough questions, please, because my mind is a little thick. It's been an interesting week for me because I spent the week in the hospital. I missed the big vote. But I did get a call Sunday night from the Speaker of the House. He said, "Carl, what hospital are you in?" I said, "St. Anthony's." He says, "Well, I just want you to know, if we get to 75, I'm sending somebody to come get you and bring you in." So I watched the vote kind of closely, but anyway, like Senator-elect Murdoch said, it's one way to get out of a vote, but it's not been a fun way. Anyway, the nice thing is that our economy is turning around. We are getting closer. We only lack 44 million compared to 600 million where we were earlier in the year on closing the budget hole from last year. I saw some bills. I was looking at bills that were coming up for this next week, and there's going to be some shuffling around for money. You know, TSEP money can be used for education. I saw that they're going to try to shuffle some money there and fill the education hole. Where was the other one coming from? There was one for the health care authority was coming from, the lottery. The lottery's going to take some money from there, or maybe I may have them reversed. Like I said, I'm on painkiller stuff. So, but there is some money going to be shuffled here and there and try to take care of it. One of the problems I think you need to know in Alva and specifically Woods County, that a teacher pay raise does not help your school the way they had it set up. I mean, they were going to give you a mandate to raise $5,000 because your school's off the formula, though. You don't get any money. They were only going to give it to those schools that were on the formula. All schools in Woods County are off the formula. And so it was not a good one. The closest one I've seen that I like is 3440, but it has some real questions about it. It wants to take money from the land office. Western Oklahoma has a lot of money that's sitting in a bank from the school land and all that. The land office was set up in 1907. Started out with $6 million, and then they said this land. I think one of your counties is almost all in the land office, wasn't it, at one time?
It still is 20% of the county, 236,000 acres.
Yeah.
In Cimarron County is school land.
Yeah, school land. I mean, the largest mineral owner in the state of Oklahoma is the state of Oklahoma. So that was one of the arguments not to raise the gross production tax because it hurt the state more. So yeah. Anyway, but it wants to take it from the land commission office. But the problem is they call it the corpus. What is the corpus? If I gave you, I'm just going to give you a number, 1,000 acres and $6 million. Okay? And the money you made off of that went back into education and used for those kind of things, okay, which is where it goes. But if over that time you sell some of that land, let's say we end up selling 400 acres. So I've got money in the bank. Now, is that still part of the core, or is that profit? And that's one of the decisions that's got to be made on that bill. Because if it's still considered part of the core, it cannot be used. If we're going to consider that profit, then it can be used. And so that's one of the technicals on that one. But the only thing I like about that school bill is it does give it to everybody else. I mean, all schools equally. I don't know. Mr. Harris, have you checked on that one on career techs? Is it gonna, have you heard on it?
We're not part of that.
Not part of that one either? Okay. But anyway, it's a funny game we play because there's always little holes here and there, and that was probably one of the biggest problems with 1033. And I would have voted just like Senator Murdoch. I'm not scared to tell you. It was not good for Northwest Oklahoma. It might have been good for Oklahoma City. It might have been good for Tulsa, but it wasn't good for Oklahoma City. I am a win proponent, but I'm not big win proponent, okay? My thing is that all items that generate electricity, all industries that generate electricity pay ad valorem tax, okay? All of them. None of them pay a gross production tax. What they wanted to do was pull some of that ad valorem that we're gonna receive up here, where we had to put up with the wind generators and all that kind of stuff. They were gonna pull it out and share it out, all across the state. And that was their goal. And that's what happened to our oil back in the 70s. If you guys remember, our schools were really flush back up here where we had oil wells and stuff like that. And then they spread it out over the state wide. And so that was one of my problems, because I thought if they added the gross production tax, first of all, I thought it was a double tax, because they were gonna keep charging them ad valorem tax, but then they're gonna add gross production tax on top of it, okay? Well, if I'm sitting in Tulsa, have not a generator within 100 miles of me, over time, I'm gonna wanna increase the gross production tax and increase that ad valorem tax, aren't I? Because it benefits me more. And to me, that hurts us. Because really, northwest Oklahoma and everything up here, we are a good generator of energy for the state of Oklahoma. We really are. So, anyway, I'll leave it at that. I'll turn it over to, I'm pleased to introduce to you Senator-elect Casey Murdoch.